Alabama kicking off to South Carolina in one of the premier matches, and a great high kick there. Knocked back by Carolina, but Alabama take advantage of the loose ball. Immediately throwing it wide. Good, accurate long passing there, but the last pass going backwards. Carolina keeping a good line. Strong running, but going sideways. Carolina defenders shepherding the Alabama player. Good tackle by McKeon from behind on Deberschmidt, one of the top players for Alabama. Very, very hard man to pull down. Going to be a fast game, Jeff. Penalty against Carolina for not coming away from the ruck. Good tackle there by Thomas Core. Alabama, though, not giving up possession. Deberschmidt with the ball. Carolina, though, having to commit tacklers. I think they're penalised again for not getting away, not releasing quickly enough from the ruck. Alabama being brought back, making sure that they tap from the mark, not in front of it. Dave Hockenberg taking the tap. Throwing it out wide now. Some good tackling. Carolina contesting possession, but unfortunately knocked it on there. So it'll be Alabama ball from the scrum to restart play. 2 minutes into the game. Very, very quick pace at the moment, Jeff.
Yes, Alabama got some good strong runners. Obviously somewhat of a size advantage, but South Carolina's shown some really good defense. It's very hard to keep a team of strong runners like Alabama out of the end zone that close to the try line, but South Carolina's done well. A couple of penalties, however, from not rolling away, trying to kill the ball, and we'll see where this one goes. Scrum to Alabama.
And Deberschmidt, the number 12 for Alabama, the second pass out. He's scored 3 tries in the first match, but they turned the ball over on the Carolina line. Good offload there. Good pass by Kean, but great tackling, great defense by Alabama. The ball is knocked on by Carolina. Very pressing defense by Alabama there, keeping South Carolina on their own line. Might be a test of fitness here as much as anything, Jeff.
Yes, it's been all Alabama in the first half, and obviously we'll have to see how the conditions play with the players. I know there's a lot of good replacements for both teams on the sideline, so this should be a real game of attrition, I believe.
Quick ball to Alabama. The ball behind Deberschmidt. All of their men to the right. They've got 3 on 2, but low tackle, ineffective. Quick ball out for Alabama. Some great sidestepping there, but good low tackling, good offload. Alabama attacking the South Carolina line. There's some big, strong men on the Alabama side, on the Alabama team. Great driving tackle by Carolina, pushing Alabama back, but they continue to go on offense. Drawing in 2 Carolina tacklers at a time here. There's got to be an overlap out wide for Alabama if they throw it out, and immediately that happens. Taylor Carpenter scores for Alabama to take the score to Alabama 5, South Carolina 0. 4.5 minutes into the game.
I think though one of the features of that passage of play was I don't think South Carolina have had the ball, Ken, in the first first 4.5 minutes of this game, but obviously showed a very strong defensive effort there on the try line. But I think obviously the size and the strong running of Alabama finally culminated in that try in the corner. But this game has all the hallmarks of being a real titanic struggle, and I just want to see South Carolina with the ball and see what they can do with it, because they've had none of it yet.
Both teams testing their fitness at the moment, but the Alabama looked bigger and stronger in that first 4 minutes there.
Yeah, I think there'll be replacements coming on fairly shortly for both sides. Both sides look already. Obviously South Carolina from the defensive side.
Another high kick from Alabama, but it does not go 10 meters. The referee not taking it back though. Carolina took possession. McKeon takes it up, passing the ball out wide.
That's Brett Du Bois, I believe, on the wing.
But it's caught. Carolina now bring it back across the field. McKeon does a little kick over the top.
It's a nice kick. Ken, if he picks it up, he might. Fortunately, the ball doesn't bounce quite rightly for him.
Carolina retrieve possession. Comes off Cochran's ankles. I believe it's still their ball. No, the referee is going to rule a knock on by Carolina. Alabama ball. The boys are glad to have a little bit of a break here, but Alabama looking to attack their own half. Quick ball. Ian on him, but Alabama throwing it wide. Depperschmidt, strong runner. Carolina up to the task defensively. A loose pass there. Little kick through by
beautiful kick through by.
Didn't quite make it to the line. Cochran now running it up for South Carolina. They've got possession, but somebody needs to go with him. He does get it over the line.
That was Luke Bollenbeck for South Carolina scored that try. Strong effort, South Carolina with their hands on the ball, and you can see what they're capable of.
Ties the game at 5. About halfway through the second half here, and Kean attempting the conversion and misses the conversion from a close attempt. That ends the first half with the game tied at 5-all, Alabama and South Carolina.
All right, kickoff from South Carolina to Alabama. Alabama moving the ball out about their 35-yard line.
Alabama immediately on the attack into South Carolina half. Turning the ball, getting a little scrappy, turning the ball over. It was a South Carolina knock on. It'll be Alabama ball in the middle of the field. I think, Jeff, the better conditioned side might win this one. I think Alabama has a slight advantage in strength and size, but South Carolina trying to match that up with speed.
Yeah, South Carolina's brought on a few replacements, particularly in the forwards. So this game's very closely poised. And
Alabama ball, but Kean quickly on and turning the ball over. Cochran to Bollenbeck.
All right, there's Thomas Core.
Nice tackle by Alabama, but Carolina get it away before.
Penalty to South Carolina, Ken, I think.
A Loose
And
pass
the referee
there.
does go back for the penalty. It was a collar tackle. You obviously can't grab a player by the collar and drag them down. That's outlawed in rugby.
Carolina take the quick tap. You're going to try and probe their offload. Great step there. The empty space between the two Alabama tacklers. I think a little confusion there as to who was.
From Thomas Core, South Carolina.
Carolina take a 10-5 lead with Kean attempting a conversion. Conversion successful. Jeff, one of the keys in 7's rugby is to create that empty space. Normally it happens out wide. It obviously you get it from the overlap or between. As you get wider, you get bigger distances between the defenders normally, and you start to see the offense trying to probe that empty space, whether it's out wide, whether it's between defenders or behind defenders, and Carolina able to get through the gap that time.
Yeah, I think there was a good.
Well taken by
I think that's right.
Hockenberg for Alabama. Maintaining possession, now throwing it wide. Good support there. Wide cutout pass. Carolina defense up to it, but I believe he's going to be pinged for a high tackle there. I think it's a penalty advantage. Depperschmidt running it up.
Yes, the referee's going back for the penalty for the high tackle.
No advantage to Alabama, so they'll take the penalty. Substitutions by Alabama. Ready to restart play. Everybody's set to go. Carolina holding their line. Alabama breaking the line, but the pass went loose. It's a knock on by Carolina. It'll be a scrum to Alabama. South Carolina with a 7-point advantage, but Alabama on the attack. Alabama on the attack, drawing in the Carolina defenders. The overlap out wide here for Alabama if they can move it quickly. They choose to bring it back inside. Good attacking play by Alabama, throwing it wide again. Carolina up to the task at the moment, but it's fast-paced rugby. Alabama throwing it wide to Depperschmidt. He'll draw a couple of players. He's actually through the gap. Scores under the post. To Ross Depperschmidt, one of their bigger, stronger, and a very smart runner, Jeff.
Yes, Ken, that was a good strong run. He beat off a couple of Carolina defenders and went in between the posts. So again, based on this conversion, this may be tied up. So we've got quite a struggle here today between probably the two strongest teams here.
And the conversion attempt by James Puente is successful. We appear to have a 12-12 game with very little time left. Alabama kicking off to Carolina. Carolina looked a little tentative there, but the ball is out. They've got numbers. Ball back. Sidesteps, but has the ball stolen by Depperschmidt, and Alabama right back on the attack. Ball goes loose though. He's going to be penalized for using his hands in a ruck. Carolina would be penalized. It's Alabama ball. Stay on the attack in the Carolina half. Carolina setting a straight line in defense. Alabama throwing it wide. Carolina defense up to it at the moment, but it's been turned over. Kean is going to reset Carolina's offense. Kick it forward with Thomas Coor chasing. Puente with the ball. They reset their offense. Alabama maintaining possession. Have a overlap out wide, but they choose to run it up. See how many Carolina defenders they can commit. Tossing it around, waiting for the overlap. Carolina players. Little walking here. The gaps are here. The overlap is here, but good solid driving tackle by Sean Barnes.
Carolina
turn
with
the
a
ball
turnover
over.
opportunity here if they move the ball wide.
Brandon Holmes, but the pass from Kean immediately goes to Depperschmidt, and Alabama right on the attack. There's going to be a race-away try here to Alabama by their Heath Ross. Scores under the post. Against the run of play there, but most of the guys on the field, Jeff, with their hands on their knees, tells you how fast-paced those last few minutes were.
Yeah, it's been a very strong game, very physical game, and South Carolina obviously tiring there at the end, made really very little effort to try and chase down the man breaking loose for the Alabama try.
So with that try and conversion, Alabama win the game against South Carolina. 19 points to 12. Great contest. Might be an indication of how the day is going to go.